Beyond the Gates spoilers. For Friday, June 27th, implies some major bombshells as the weekend hits. First things first, Bill Hamilton will get an intriguing offer from none other than Joey Armstrong. Interestingly enough, added teasers suggest that Bill will be amused by whatever Joey presents to him. So what could this be about? There's a good chance the men will be locked together at Joey's casino as they wait to pounce on Kenneth. After all, Kenneth is trying to blackmail Martin Richardson over his secret night 2 years ago. But all the men involved in the cover-up, including Bill and Joey, are looking to see if they can absolve their pesky Kenneth issue. Martin recently visited the sketchy country club busboy at his place of employment and told him that he'd pay up that $100,000 in hush money, but Kenneth would have to meet him at Joey's country club. Is he walking into a trap? Will Bill, Joey, along with Vernon Dupree, Elon Hawthorne, Marcel Malone, and Ted Richardson be at the casino, ready to ambush Kenneth? Maybe as they wait, Joey tries to entice Bill into joining the money laundering scheme he has with Vanessa McBride, so only time will tell. Across town, BTG spoilers, Chelsea Hamilton will attempt to organize a date night with Dr. Madison Montgomery, but things will go terribly wrong. Trouble in paradise already? These women moved mighty fast in their romance, so perhaps they had their first lover's spat during it. Then again, something could go wrong as Chelsea attempts to organize a special night with Madison, so could their work schedules keep them apart? Even Chelsea's grandmother, Anita Dupre, showed some concern during the Thursday, June 26th episode when she reconnected with her family in between her Articulettes reunion rehearsals. While Anita was happy for Chelsea, she did warn her she could be on the rebound. Meanwhile, in other news, Leslie Thomas will reach out to Eva Thomas to make amends. This is interesting since during the Monday, June 23rd episode, Leslie also tried to strike up a deal with Catherine Cat Richardson and Jacob Hawthorne to help with the Laura Peterson case. Everyone knows that Leslie ran Laura down, so what is she up to? She's on a mind games spree this week, and now she's turning her attention to Eva. Beyond the Gates spoilers indicate that Eva is slowly, but surely, starting to thrive in her father's presence. So by re-entering her life, will Leslie blow her daughter's fresh new chapter to smithereens? Is she doing this to get closer to Ted? With so much drama afoot, the Duprees could use some good news, so imagine everyone's delight when Vernon summons his family for an important surprise. Anita's back from Chicago. No one can read a room like Anita Dupree, so she immediately picks up on various tensions, from Dani and Nicole sniping at one another to Martin wrestling with, well, himself. That poor guy has no poker face whatsoever. In order to give her children equal attention, Anita offers them bachelor-style one-on-ones, beginning with the one who needs it most, Dani. Stunned by the amount of shade Nicole has thrown at Dani before noon, a worried Anita asks, "What did you do, Dani?" Never in a million years is she expecting Dani to reply, "It's more like who or whom. I am doing Andre Richardson." After explaining that Andre is only technically extended family, Dani asks for Anita's honest opinion. Shockingly, she co-signs the relationship. "You have been through a lot, and you deserve some solace," Anita says, throwing in a brava for good measure. Anita does ask why Dani and Andre have yet to go public, concerned that she's still waiting for Bill to come back to her. "Focus on Andre, and time will take care of the rest," Anita advises her. "Your sister doesn't hate you. This is about her pain. I'll talk to her." As promised, Anita steps up to bat for Dani and Andre during her sit-down with Nicole. They're both consenting adults, and what does whom Dani sleeps with have to do with you? Anita asks, reminding Nicole that Dani and Andre aren't even related. "I'm sick and tired of rationalizing other people's lies," Nicole says, admitting that she's partially lashing out because of her own personal experiences. "When did I become everybody's designated fool?" That's when Anita sets her straight. "You have every reason to be distressful, but you're aiming your vitriol in the wrong direction," she tells Nicole. "Sweetheart, it is time to blame the people who really hurt you, and it is not Dani and Andre." After their individual sit-downs with Anita, Nicole announces to the family, "Dani and I can take it from here." And they do take it, right to Uptown, where they get very honest over a round of drinks. Nicole tells Dani that Anita thinks she's projecting her own anger onto Dani. "I'm really sad that you are where I have been," Dani says. "You don't have to say it, sissy. I know you're sorry." But is she? Not even close, apparently. "You're about as far away from an apology as you can get," Nicole replies. Nicole says Dani should be there to support her, rather than causing more drama in her life, but Dani resents that. Nicole also says that Dani is using Andre. "If you really loved Andre, you'd be showing him off at the country club," she says. "Instead, you're hiding him like a dirty little secret." Again, Dani resents this. Back at Dupree Manor, Martin can't stop thinking about his upcoming meeting with the busboy. Vernon urges him to pull himself together, stressing the importance of keeping this from Anita, lest they jeopardize her return to the stage. "Fake it until the guy who's blackmailing you goes away," Martin replies. "Got it." Meanwhile, Smitty and Jacob are discussing the same matter at Orphe Jean's, where Jacob tells Smitty to ask Martin directly what happened between him and Marcel. Smitty says it's not that simple, and all he gets is pushback whenever he asks Martin about the nightmares. Pushing Smitty to be honest with Martin makes Jacob feel guilty about keeping secrets in his own marriage. So he comes clean to Naomi about who the unidentified reporter in the Marcel situation really is. He also shares Smitty's concern that Marcel did something to hurt Martin. Jacob and Naomi spitball that Joey and Marcel may have teamed up to blackmail Martin over whatever happened that night. Naomi suggests they go to Vernon with this information, and Jacob agrees. Back at Martin and Smitty's, the husbands both have something to tell the other. Naturally, Martin goes first. Inspired by his talk with Anita, Martin tells Smitty that he loves their life together and apologizes for not respecting Smitty's dreams. He also promises to stop making Smitty worry, adding that he'll also get the nightmares under control. Smitty detects that Martin is worried about something else, but brushes his concerns aside. Over at Garland Memorial, Ted is profusely apologizing to Andre, blaming himself for Nicole's strong reaction to his relationship with Dani. Ted says that the Leslie situation has caused Nicole to view every secret as a massive betrayal, but he also believes Nicole will eventually come around. Andre, however, isn't as hopeful for the future of his relationship. "I'm in, but I don't think Dani is," he tells Ted. Not even close. Following his chat with Andre, Ted shifts into proud father mode, filming Eva as she arrives for her first day as the new office manager. She hits the ground running, learning directly from Ted because Kat is unavailable. Easty. Unfortunately, Eva isn't picking things up at Ted's office as quickly as she did at Nicole's. "It's like you're speaking in code," she says. "Kat's right. You've got the wrong daughter for this job." Over at Dupree Manor, Kat is telling Chelsea about her first time with Tomas, or rather, her almost first time with him, when a call from Ted summons her to the hospital. Sure, she promised to train her replacement, but that's before her replacement became Eva. "The pity card bounces when it's your bastard kid by a psycho," Kat tells Ted, though she eventually agrees to help. "I hate this," she adds, incredibly enthusiastically. "Let's get this done." Ted hopes that Eva and Kat will find that they have more in common than mutual animosity, noting that they even roll their eyes the same way. But let's be real, he's dreaming. The moment he leaves, Eva shadily mentions how busy Kat is, and how she wouldn't want Kat's packed schedule to cause her to lose Tomas. Real subtle. After a few more shady remarks, the girls get down to business, and shockingly, they seem to get along well. Kat even helps Eva make a list of top priorities, though we can't help but wonder if Kat is purposely leading Eva astray by telling her to ignore an alert about Ted's practice needing recertification. And can we talk about Ashley and Andre? Ashley confirms that it's officially over with Derek, something they both knew the moment he got down on one knee. "Wanting different things doesn't make you a bad person," Andre tells her, which immediately pulls her out of a complete funk. With a twinkle in her eye, she asks, "How do you do that?" She then offers to lend Andre a supportive ear, but all he'll say about his issue with Nicole is that it involves some random family drama. Ashley acknowledges that it's time for her to move on from Derek, and she does it in a big way, by asking Andre out to dinner at Uptown. Not only does she need to experience life after Derek, but Ashley tells Andre, "You're probably the best dater I know. You're cute, and you're fun, and you don't take things too seriously. What better man to pop my dating cherry?" Yes, she really said that. Andre isn't sure that they should go on their first date at the same restaurant where Derek proposed to Ashley, but she insists it's where she's most comfortable. He's also worried about potentially ruining their friendship, but she assures him that they'll still be friends if it doesn't work out. We end Thursday's episode back at Vernon and Anita's, where the couple finally gets some alone time together. But hearing about the goings-on at home only makes Anita less sure about spending so much time in Chicago. And as we've established, no one reads a room like Anita, so she wisely asks Vernon, "Is there something you're not telling me about our kingdom?" Unfortunately, she doesn't exactly get an answer. "Anita Dupree, I love you more than anything," he says, sealing the non-response with a kiss. Beyond the Gates spoilers suggest Dani Dupree recently took a leap of faith by informing her sister, Nicole Dupree, about her fling with Andre Richardson. Dani had been hesitant to go public with Andre, despite his encouraging her to do so. One of the reasons was, she feared that if they made things official, he might turn around and hurt her the same way Bill Hamilton did. Another was the potential judgment she would receive from friends and family. That said, Nicole didn't take the news about her sister and her nephew hooking up well. So what happens next? Nicole was not happy to hear Dani's big news, and she let her feelings be known. In fact, she lashed out at Dani and is about to confront Andre. Could she try and encourage Andre to break up with Dani? After all, she may be concerned about the twosome's future and the fact that Andre should be dating someone closer to his own age. Andre's had feelings for Ashley Morgan since the soap's inception. He tried to act on this, but was turned down by the nurse as she was dating firefighter Derek Baldwin at the time. Now that Ashley and Derek are no longer together, is there a chance for Andre and Ashley to hook up? They do have a tremendous amount of chemistry. Beyond the Gates spoilers remind fans that Dani had a massive meltdown after Bill left her for Haley Hamilton. In fact, she still isn't quite over her marriage, so if Andre leaves Dani, could she blame her sister for her broken romance? If Nicole's chat with Andre has any influence on him, and he decides to break up with her sister, Dani could spiral. She could also let Nicole have it for ruining the sweet relationship she had with Andre. After all, in many ways, he helped her get her groove back. All in all, will this create a wedge between the Dupree sisters? Will Andre break up with Dani after his talk with Nicole? Comment below. Check out the popular CBS Soap Daily for your dose of Fairmont Crest drama, and visit this site often for the most up-to-date Beyond the Gates news and spoilers. The Beyond the Gates What to Watch moments for Friday, June 27th, 2025, tease that things might be too soon, too fast for Chelsea and Madison. Our favorite new couple could face a roadblock in their relationship. Also, Joey presents an offer to Bill, which amuses him while Leslie attempts to reconcile with her daughter. Leslie wants to make amends with her daughter, Eva, but it might be too late. For years, Leslie has manipulated her daughter into thinking her father didn't want anything to do with her. Leslie groomed her into thinking that she needs to join her to go against the family. She doesn't like the fact that her daughter has been wanting to get to know Ted. Now, she's working for the man. Will Leslie be able to make amends? Can she repair the damage that's already done? Meanwhile, Joey's offer will amuse Bill. This offer might be related to a property or family-related matter. Does this mean that he will take him up on it? Or will he steer clear of Joey? It'll be interesting to see how these two will move and if they will work together. There's no doubt that there are sparks between Chelsea and Madison. This couple is fire. But is it too much, too soon? On Friday's episode, date night will already be a challenge for our new golden couple. What could this mean for them? Are they doomed already? Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Friday, June 27th, 2025. After kicking her out twice, throwing her under the bus, and making it very clear she should be with the parent she chose, Leslie is having second thoughts about her daughter, or is she? In Friday's episode, Leslie attempts to make amends with Eva. But is this genuine? Or is Leslie still and always in self-protection mode? Eva should be wary as the heat closes in on Leslie, and she can feel Jacob's presence ever closer. Leslie will need to be very careful, and Eva could end up being her mom's insurance policy. Eva is a much stronger girl now and has the support of her father, but will she fall for her mom's games again? Can she even tell if Leslie is being earnest? For the newest couple in Fairmont Crest, Chelsea and Madison have started out like a bonfire. Can they maintain the heat despite all the events unfolding beyond the gates? In Friday's episode, date night proves challenging for Chelsea. While out with Madison, it's very likely that she may encounter Allison at one of the 3 local eateries or night spots. Chelsea had her heart broken, but that doesn't mean that she is completely over her first love either. Is this a typo? No, it's not. And this will have heads being scratched until you can see it for yourself. In Friday's episode, Madison and Joey's offer amuses Bill. Bill is chairing the meeting of the minds in his law office. Joey, Marcel, Elon, and Vernon have gathered to discuss how they will remove the threat that Kenneth's return presents. Bill, being the slick fixer, has always been there for the Duprees in their hour of need, and once again is going to step up and help Vernon clean house and keep house. The money handover is going to take place in the back room at Joey's casino, and Kenneth has no idea what he's walking into. Or does he? What could Madison offer Bill at this point? A promise regarding his daughter? Everyone else knows Chelsea has come out, except Bill. But an offer from Joey and Madison? This I'll have to see. Friday arrives and gives us just enough to get us through the house weekend. Hold on tight, folks. Anita came home for a quick stop beyond the gates. On Thursday, June 26th, she attempts to mediate the developing situation between Dani and Andre. Meanwhile, in one breath, Ashley tells Andre that she and Derek are officially over. In the next breath, she asks Andre out on a date. What was his response? It was great how Anita held court at her Fairmont Crest mansion. Her family missed her, and she wanted one-on-ones with each of them. Dani had no choice but to come clean about who she was seeing. I am doing Andre Richardson, the former model revealed to her mom. Dani's so used to being the wild child / black sheep and making the wrong decision, she thought Anita would immediately side with Nicole's opinions about her and Andre. But Anita, instead, showed support. After all, it meant that her daughter was moving on from Bill. When it was time for Nicole's session with her mom, Anita tried to explain how Dani could do whatever she wanted. This should be looked at as a positive step, and that Nicole was basically projecting her pain and hurt onto Dani and Andre. Later, at Uptown, Nicole tripled down on her disappointment and dislike over Dani's choices. She's being very stubborn over this whole situation, and can't see past her pain and her hatred of all the lies people have told her. All she can see are the lies, but there is a big difference between what Ted, Leslie, and Eva did to her, and how Dani held back telling Nicole about Andre. During Dani and Nicole's tete-a-tete, Nicole was sick of the lies. She even mentioned that her mom and dad had never lied to her. When she finds out that Vernon and Anita have been keeping a secret about her son from her for 2 years, she will go ballistic. Then, when she finds out Martin, Ted, and Bill have all kept a major crime or whatever happened from her, how will she react? Despite being someone who helps people sift through their flaws and their poor decisions, Nicole has placed her family on this massively high pedestal. If she can't handle a little lie about Dani and Andre, how will she react when she learns about what happened to her son and that it involves blackmail, shady alliances, illegal payoffs, off-book plastic surgeries, and that many of the people surrounding her know about it and actively left her out of it? The dust hasn't settled on Ashley's breakup with Derek, and she has already asked Andre out. Unfortunately for Andre, he's unclear as to how to define his relationship with Dani. After all, she hasn't wanted to go public, and she inexplicably pines for Bill and the life they once had. And he can't even say that he and Dani are exclusive, because they're not. So he accepts the Uptown date with Ashley. Let's hope the two won't run into Dani and Nicole while they're there. That could cause Dani to put an end to what she had going on with Andre. Or maybe it would light a fire under her you-know-what and cause the two to go public. You never know with Dani.